Now, let us discuss the Philippine literature during the Spanish period. First, the background history. It is an accepted belief that Spanish colonization of Philippines started in 1565, during that time of Miguel Lopez de Legazpi, the first Spanish governor-general in the Philippines. Literature started to flourish during his time. This spurt continued unabated until Cavite Revolt in 1872. The Spanish colonized the Philippines for more than 3 centuries. Next is the influences of Spanish to the Philippine literature during the Spanish era. Due to the long period of colonization of the Philippines by the Spaniards, they have exerted a strong influence on our literature, such as in Alibata, Christian doctrine. Spanish language became the literary language this time. European legends and tradition, ancient literature was collected and translated to Tagalog, grammar books were printed in Filipino, and lastly, in religious tone. Next is the common characteristics of literature during the Spanish period. The common characteristics of literatures are religious, devotional, secular and formal, naturalistic, and lastly, academic. Lastly, here are some famous Filipino literates during the Spanish period. Next is Francisco Balagtas Baltasar, more popularly known as Balagtas. He is considered the prince of Tagalog poets. He wrote countless of poems, awit, comedias, and corridos. His literary achievements secured his place at the top of the pantheon of Tagalog poets. Next is Gregoria de Jesus, also known by her nickname Oriang. She was the founder and vice president of the women's chapter of the Katipunan of the Philippines. She was also the custodian of the documents and seal of the Katipunan. Next is Leona Florentino. She was a Filipino poet in the Spanish and Ilocano language. She was considered as the mother of the Philippine women's literature. Next is Dr. Jose Rizal. He is one of the most revered figures in the Philippine history. He was a multifaceted intellectual and a political activist, best known for his political writings that inspired the Philippine Revolution and ultimately led to his execution by the Spanish colonizer. Last is Gaspar Aquino de Belen. He was a Filipino poet and translator of the 17th century, known for authoring a 17,004 rendition of the Passion, a famous work of Christian poetry about the passion, death, and resurrection of Jesus, which has circulated in many versions.